you sitting comfortably? Then I will begin. A long, long time ago, in a faraway land, which we could call Thailand, and there once was a family that decided to buy a football club. It ended up being in the son's control, and he proceeded to ruin it. But he didn't do it all on his own, because there was a couple of football teams. One of them, they bought Leicester City. And you know what? They made it worse, and they made it worse. They had some extremely good times at the start, but then there came a match. I think you believe it was May 2023, when two teams fighting to stay in the top tier turned out about against two different teams. One of those teams was Leicester. The other one was Everton. Everton looked like they were a team that wanted to stay up. Leicester looked like a team of powder puff girls. In fact, this isn't a fairy tale, is it? It's a fucking nightmare.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Start with Chris, add a dash of sport, squeeze in some music, then shake, don't stir. And you've got the ultimate blend, LTID, with your host, Chris.
It's pissing down here, which is quite apt really, because I'm totally and utterly fucking pissed off. What was that shower that I have just seen rain on our parade? How many rain jokes can I get in? What a load of absolute gobshite. Look, that's taken from the BBC website. Fans saying you're not fit to wear the shirt. Embarrassing, disgraceful, shameful, ashamed, awful. And they're just the ones that I can actually print. Do you know, I watched Everton after our game finished. 5 goals they scored. Yeah, that rings a bell, doesn't it? Fulham got 5. But Everton were playing Brighton. Now, Everton are a team who are in deep doo-doos, pretty much like us. But the difference between Everton and Leicester is they had players that wanted to fight for the shirt, that wanted to fight for the club, that wanted to keep the club in the top division. They had some pride for the people that had gone to support them, had travelled all the way down from Liverpool to the south coast to support them. They put a display on. They played like they wanted to stay in the Premier League. Our lot, fucking powder puff girls, could play better than them. I hope, and I put this tweet out, and it was, "Dear Leicester City players, I do hope you're watching Everton, because that is how we expect you to play. That is what we expect from our players." What did we get today? A load of fucking shit. There are players out there, not so long ago, Ndidi was being linked with Manchester United. He couldn't be linked with bloody Scunthorpe United now. I know. Let's take Dean Smith out of this. Let's take Dean Smith out of this, because you know what? He's coming on a situation where the previous manager had absolutely demoralised the squad. One person's got to take a lot of blame for this. That is Top. God, we love that family. Of course we do. But it is on his watch that this club has been turned into a joke. A club that other clubs were looking and saying, that's the way we want our club to be run. We want to base our club and the way we run our club on the Leicester City model. Fucking model. Wheels coming off the wagons and all sorts. He dillied, he dathered. Him and his bum chuddy bell end of Rogers. He wouldn't get rid of him. No, they had this amazing love affair, didn't they? And I want to sack Brendan Rodgers. He's a good manager. Look at all that he won in Scotland. Fucking hell, that was Celtic. I could have fucking won stuff in Scotland. I just totally and utterly embarrassed by that. I'm 62 years old. I have followed Leicester since I was about 12, 13. I've seen some bad times. I've seen the Craig Levein, the Ian Holloways. I've seen those periods in our club. I've seen us go down to League One. That performance today was up there with any of them. Totally and utterly embarrassing. I am ashamed to have a Leicester shirt on. The only reason I've got a Leicester shirt on now is because, you may or may not recognise it if I move to the side there, it is. And in fact, I'll do this, then you can see it. There we go. It is the shirt that we did the Great Escape in. And you know what? I would take any of those players over that lot that are in that on that pitch today. I travelled 7.5, 8 hours return, because I had a season ticket then, to watch my team get beaten week in, week out. But do you know what? They never gave in. This lot couldn't fight their way out of a fucking condom. And that's where they deserve to be, because they're all dicks. They can't play. I've seen under 10s teams play better than that. Yeah, you know, if you've tuned in and thought, 5-3, now that's not bad. Yeah, it was. The score did not sum the game up. We were awful. We absolutely, on that, we don't deserve to get relegated to the Championship. We deserve to get into League Two on that performance. The difference between Everton and Leicester today was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm watching Nottingham Forest Southampton now. I was going to do a watch along, but I thought, why the fuck should I give my time up for this club? The players can't be arsed. Why should I be arsed? You know, when Tottenham got stuffed by Newcastle, their owner gave all the travelling fans a refund on those tickets. Well, that ain't going to be good enough, Top. You need to give us a refund on all our season tickets, because it's been this fucking shite all season. I watched the women the other day, and they lost to Arsenal 1-0. Wasn't a surprise. Expected to lose. But they fought. They absolutely fought for their team. This lot, like I say, couldn't fight their way out of a condom. They are absolutely awful. Not fit to wear the shirt, not fit to wear a fucking string vest. They could hang their heads in shame at that performance. We've got Liverpool coming up in a week's time. Well, less than a week's time. Fucking hell. They put 9 past Bournemouth. I reckon they could do better than that. And then we've got Newcastle away. Somebody said earlier, oh yeah, they're not that good. Look, Arsenal beat them. Arsenal have been fucking top of the fucking table for 90% of the season. We're not Arsenal. We're not going to get anything from those 2 games. And then West Ham. Well, they're safe, aren't they? They beat Man United. Those players couldn't beat a fucking wank. That's how bad they are. Vardy with his penalty. Fucking hell, what was that? Great height for the goalkeeper. Maddison, look, credit where credit's due, and I'm fucking pissed off with him last week with that penalty. But he stood up, he took it, and he scored. well, he had the balls to do that. But his overall performance, none of them were any good. I mean, there's just we've had games, and all right, maybe the fact that we only lost by 3-1 to Man City maybe clouded our judgment a little bit, and we beat Wolves, so maybe we, being Leicester fans, suddenly thought, hang on a second, we could actually get something from this. We could actually have a good run in and stay up. But when you look at the games that we had, Wolves, yes, we beat them. Man City was a bit of a given. Leeds should have won that game. Everton, if he'd done his fucking penalty right, we should have won that game. And yet now we've just played Fulham, which was, I said the other day, our last winnable game. Because I don't think we'll get anything from the last 3 games. Can you see us really? I mean, Liverpool can beat us even when they don't score the goals. Can you see us get anything from Liverpool at home? Can you see us getting anything from Newcastle away? And to be honest with you, I can't see us getting anything at home to West Ham either. Not with those players. Somebody said I don't criticise the players enough. I hope he's watching this now, because I'm fucking calling them in. Every single one of them was on that pitch. Fucking awful. Even some for the first goal. What the bloody hell was he doing? It's just so embarrassing. And you know what is interesting from Top's perspective? Is why are the players not bothered for playing for us? All right, you could, let's say, blame a little bit on to Brendan, and yes, he's got to take the blame. But Top and John Rudkin, and Top's, his company, he's got to take the blame. You can't, as a manager, go, well, he didn't do his job, and he did. Well, why was he doing? They're doing their fucking jobs, and why is all these Leicester players? They're down to either their last year in the contract, and we're not going to get fuck all for them in the transfer market, or they haven't even got any time left on the contract. I mean, what? Who let that happen? You did, Top. You let it get to that player, to that stage. So let me tell you something, right? I'm just trying to. No, it's not working. You let it get to this stage. I said in the watch along earlier, I said if you give your notice in 4 weeks, usually is what it is, you give your notice in, can you be asked to really work? No, of course you can't. Of course you can't. And I understand that. I've been there many times. I'm 62. I've changed my jobs many times. Can I be bothered to work? Yes, I go in. I do what's required of me. I tick the right boxes. I cross the other boxes. But do I give it that little bit extra? No. Why? Because I'm fucking leaving. Let's have a look. This is interesting. 31 City players are going to be out of contract. Some of them are a little bit later than others. Yuri Tielemans. Contract ends this summer. I just wish he'd fucking go. 40 million we paid for him. He's fucking useless now. And he's leaving us in the trouble of walking away and we not get a penny. Okay, he doesn't have any right to, or we don't have any right for him to do that, stay and sign a new contract so we get a bit of money. you might want to be a gentleman like Harry Maguire was when he left so that we get something. But oh, no. Yuri Tielemans, this fantastic Belgian footballer, the best player we've ever had. Fuck have it. He has one good shot on him every about 10 games, and the rest of the time he disappears. Johnny Evans. Like the guy, love the guy, but obviously he's not going to play again. You know, he's an injury disaster. Why he was even given a contract this season, I do not know. Daniel Amati, apparently, is it AC Milan after him? Don't know what those they've been putting in the spaghetti. I'm going to have some later. But, you know, he would have been in the shit without him. But why should he? His contract runs out. Why should he be bothered? Soyuncu, look at the way he's been treated. Oh, he's going to a team that qualifies every year for the Champions League. He's going to go to a team that gets to the quarterfinals virtually every year in the Champions League. Why should he give a shit? Especially after the way that Belen treated him. Papa Mendy, contract expires the end of 2023. Any chance we had of keeping him, and he's probably our best defensive midfielder, any chance of keeping him is out the fucking window because we've not been playing him. So he could turn around and say, fuck off. Ryan Bertrand, yeah, I'm glad, let's be honest with you, glad. Perez has gone. Tete. Forrester just scored. I don't believe it. Forest have just fucking scored. We're in the bottom three now. What was all this fuss about getting Tete in, eh? It was a good goal, in fairness to Forest. Showing fucking fight, Leicester players. Do you know that word? Tete, some people said he had a good game today. He had a couple of good shots. Apart from that, he couldn't pass wind. Madison contract doesn't end till next year. What the fuck are we going to get for him, though? He wants out. Obviously, he's just happy playing for the cameras and making sure his hair's in place and smiling than actually doing anything for the club. Wilfred Ndidi. Face it, the opposition would love him to stay. We get a penalty every time. So these are all, and I'm still looking at next summer. Vardy next summer. Pratt next summer. Oh, Vestergaard, we've got him for another 12 months. Smithies, well, we knew we were only getting him on a basis anyway. Brighton, bring him back. Bring Brighton back, because at least he had fucking energy and he bloody wanted to play for the club. He gave 110%, whatever. Yeah, Richard, I do know. I just said you don't need to tell me the fucking score of Forest. It's as bad as your brother. Chowdhury. Barnes ends in 2025. Castagna ends 2025. Ward 2025. Iverson 2025. What is being done? Players we want to keep. I like this. Brendan Rodgers 2025. Oh dear. Piera 2026. All these players, within the next 3 years, we're losing so many players. No wonder they don't want to fight for the fucking club. And who let them get to that stage? We are 18th now, and we are fucking got Liverpool, Newcastle, and West Ham. It's a fucking joke at the moment, this club. Who'd want to be run like our club now? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. I just, why would you want to? Why would you want to? Yeah, 2-2. I am watching the game. You don't have to tell me the scores, guys. Really not the right time or place to be telling me what Nottingham Forest are doing. I can fucking see it on the screen. What is it with people like coming in, giving spoilers out all the fucking time? Get back to fucking playground and do your spoilers there. Today, we were 2-0 down after 18 minutes. It was embarrassing. It was totally embarrassing. I'm going to bring up, this is what Brad, who marked all the players today, this is what he's given to them. Well, let me first of all show you this one. Alan Bennett, who does our man of the match. He didn't pick anybody. He said Soyuncu just about put a shift in. And I said, well, we're not going to give it to anybody then. He went, no. I don't blame him. I couldn't pick anybody. This is what Brad has given to our players. Iverson 3, Castagna 2, Faze 4, Soyuncu 4, Christensen 3, Tielemans 3, Sumari 2, Madison 5, Barnes 6, Barnes 6, really? Vardy 6, Pratt 2, the subs, Tete got 4, Thomas 5, Daka 4, Ndidi 4, KDH 5. His man of the match was the fans. I tell you something, right? Is that what you expect, a performance from a team when you're fighting for survival? No. And everybody kept saying, oh, don't worry, you'll stay up. Everton are shit, Leeds are shit, Forest are shit. Yeah, they're lucky. And that was being generous, Sumari, too, to be honest with you. Absolutely rubbish. These players, they're not fit to wear the shirt. At half-time, I thought substitutions need to be made here, and I'd have been very, very happy for him to have taken 11 male players off and put 11 female players on. Because the female players play with more passion and more pride than any fucking male that was on that pitch today. Awful. And I'll tell you something as well, right? This is the first live stream of these that I've done to LinkedIn. And the reason I've done it to LinkedIn is because I've got about 30 connections on LinkedIn of people that work at the football club. So I do hope that they watch this, and I do hope that they go and make somebody look at it and maybe play it for the players, because this is what you're making the fans feel. We don't trust you. We don't think you can keep this club up. Put a shift in. Forest are putting a shift in now. Everton put a shift in earlier. You couldn't shift a fucking fart, let alone anything else. Absolutely disgraceful, Leicester. Disgraceful. I don't even think I'm going to do a watch-along next week for Liverpool. I don't know if I can be asked, to be honest with you. Sorry, XRP. No, you can say that one. Sorry, mate. Look, Anthony Richards' brother, he was telling me the score earlier. There's times and there's places, and at the moment everybody's getting their head bit off. So, look, I apologise to Richard, and I apologise to XRP. Yeah, Southampton have got one back. But look, they're fighting. They are fighting. They're bottom of the fucking league. The team that's beaten us twice and the bottom of the fucking league are fighting. Please, somebody on LinkedIn that I'm linked to, I'm connected to from the club, please go and get Top, Susan, whoever to watch this. Because they need to tell. I approached the club last week and I said, "Is there anybody?" And I don't expect players or management because you're all licking arses with the FA, but any of the other players that will come on and talk to a fan channel about what's going on. Do you know what they said? No, because they're fucking scared to, because they don't want to hear the truth. It'd be interesting to see that, dear Leicester players. Please note what Everton did. I actually copied in, because most of them have come off Twitter, but I actually copied in James Maddison, Vardy. A lot of those players that were there, well, maybe about 6 players that were actually still got Twitter accounts that you can post to, posted in. I wonder how many people are going to block me. To be honest with you, am I bothered? I could not give a toss if none of those Leicester players are following me back. Yeah, I'm sorry, Richard, and I am sorry, XRP. I am just. This shirt meant something. This shirt, and I've got to get to the right side here. This shirt meant something to the players that wore it. You guys don't. The shirt that you're wearing this season means fuck all to you guys. They fought. They absolutely fought. They fought for the manager, Nigel Pearson. They fought for the club. They fought for Top and Vijay. And they fought for the fans. Like I say, I'm not disparaging women's football here, but the women's team could stuff the men's team at the moment. Absolutely fucking disgusting. If we go down, I don't give a shit anymore, to be quite honest with you. Why should any fan really bother when the players can't be bothered? Why? Give me a reason. Problem is, James Maddison, Harvey Barnes, Soyuncu, Castagna, any of the others. When it comes to the end of your contract, you can move on. You'll go to different clubs. We're stuck with Leicester. We're stuck with the shit that you've dropped us in. Because we don't change like you do. We stick to one. When we kiss the badge, we mean it. I've been ignoring the chat. I do apologize. Let's have a look at what people are saying in the chat. Vardy's come good in the last couple of games. All right, but he missed the penalty today. Top and Rudkin there. And I tell you what, that's the only thing, Terry. The one good thing about today was the fact that they were sat there and they had to watch it as well. And I hope they sat there and thought, yeah, we've done this. Yeah, Brendan's got to take a bit of the blame. Not going to argue with that. Of course he has. You all know what I feel about that bell end. But I'm sorry, you cannot run the club the way you. And I know you've had problems with COVID and all that shit. Of course you have. Appreciate that. But you've also got to run a club. You can't ignore the club, which you have been doing. You've not been asking questions. It's on your watch. How on earth did Everton win 5-1? By showing fight, by turning up, by dying for the badge. Leicester till I die. Half our fucking players look like they're dead. Somebody said, let's get Steve Lynex to get his boots back on. Well, I'll tell you something. I'll dig Frank Worthington up and Keith Weller and get them on the pitch, because even their fucking corpses could do better than this lot. Judy, you're quite right. It was embarrassing. Yeah, we lost. It was disappointing when we lost in that Great Escape season. But you know what? We battled every single week. We never got beat 5-1 then, or 5-3, or 6-2, whatever we've suffered this season. I don't think we're down. I know we're down. We do not have the defenders to play 2 centre-backs at the back. Well, we had Suter. I don't know why he's suddenly not playing. Brendan should have got... Yeah, he should, but let's be honest with you, he was Top's bum buddy, wasn't he? They were sat there in a lovey-dovey relationship. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't give you any money in the summer. Please stay, though, and try and play well and keep us in the division. I'll have some money for you in January. Fuck off, Top. Grow a pair. When you did decide to, it was fucking too late. Oh, it's true, though, Richard. It's how I feel. I can't see us getting any more points at all, Judy. Cannot see us getting any more points at all. I know we're down after the Southampton away game. I mean, we've that season. I don't know if anybody was around. I mean, I was talking to a fan earlier, and he was honest. He said, "Look, I'm young. I do not remember anything prior to sort of winning the Championship and then coming up and having the Premier League." And that wasn't because he's a glory supporter. That's because of his age. And he won't remember. He won't remember the time we went down to the League One. But it had been coming for seasons. We'd had Craig Levein, we'd had Ian Holloway. I can't even remember who we had before then, but we were a club that was waiting to go down. And eventually we went down. And it's the same here. Last season we looked like we were going down. We've headed that way. Papered over a few cracks at the end. But that was all there were. That's all we did. And then this season... So it's not like suddenly, we could go down. We've looked like we've been going down, well, since the World Cup. But Top, no, he wants to have his love affair with Brendan. Oh, Brendan, I'm really sorry. Please stay. We should have beaten Leeds as well. Yeah, and let's be honest with you, they had no Piera and they had no Mitrovic. Sorry, but I hadn't seen that, believer. I hadn't seen that, but yeah, imagine. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather not, if you don't mind. I'd rather not. Nearly bought a ticket for Newcastle. You're glad you saved your money. Southampton are putting in a shift. So are Forest. Honestly, I don't know where to start after today's game. I like to think we will stay positive and go again. Look at the game. Look, these are the games that we should have been getting points on. Now, okay, I've argued that, all right, we got 5 from a possible... Well, we didn't expect anything at Man City, so 5 from a possible 9. Would we have got that under the bell end? Who knows? We know. We'll never, ever know. But we should have got more. We should have got more. It's as simple as that. Chris, I think 50% of it, Brendan Rodgers, 50% investment in defence been your problem. Yeah, but why have we been getting injuries? Because we've got bloody Harold Shipman at the bloody training ground. I know we haven't. That's a bit sick, and I'm sorry, but we had more injuries from bloody Brendan Rodgers training than we did from tackles on the pitch. Well, our management, Top, John Rudkin. Yeah, well, to be honest with you, who wasn't? Who wasn't? I'm surprised, and I haven't spoken to Brad about this. I'm surprised Barnes and Vardy got 6, to be honest with you. I can't remember what you agreed with XRP, but good man. Yeah, just keep having to go. Fed up with having to go this season. I really am fed up with having to go. No one gives a pot. No, they don't. They don't. Southampton defending, putting their bodies on the line. Southampton. You say, and look, I don't even think Tetty was a 4, if I'm honest with you. But you know what it is. We all see the same game, and we all see different things, and we all see different performances from the same player. It's football, it's opinions. Brad thought he played well. You've obviously thought he's played well. I didn't at all, but it's about opinions, and I respect your opinion, Ray. Mighty Mag. Let me rephrase. I will say to you, do you wish Steve Bruce was still in charge? We'll leave it at that, eh? Cheers, matey. Look, if we go down, we deserve to go down, and every other club, thank very nice of you to say that, and you apologise to your brother as well, but he caught me at a bad time. Messaging me the fact that Everton had gone 1-0 up when I'd just come off the back of that show wasn't the best idea. But yeah, we're going down. It's as simple as that. Chris, are you giving Dean Smith, Shakespeare and John Terry a pass? I'm not, but what could they do? What could they do? I actually mentioned this to Brad pre-game. That is it right that that they are making these changes every game? Does he not know his best 11? But then again, he's hardly been here long enough to know his best 11. Shakespeare, I said like, oh, Vardy's back. That's a Shakespeare decision. But then he's had a couple of decent games. So, and I've got to be honest with you, and I said this right at the start, Thunder, right at the start. Would we have welcomed Dean Smith so happily if he'd not had Craig Shakespeare with him? Bringing Craig Shakespeare in was completely... We all love Shaky. He was there for the last Great Escape. He was there for the win. He kept us up the following season. It didn't work out for him, obviously, after that. But John Terry, I don't know what he's doing, defensive coach. Having a laugh and a joke, apparently, but he hasn't really improved it. Where was our other set-piece coach? Did we leave him in Q8? Was he sacked with Brendan? Unfortunately, I suppose I got carried away, Thunder, with the results we've just had. The fact that we got 5 points, would have been in the shit without that, wouldn't we? I don't think we would have welcomed Dean Smith back as much if he hadn't had Shakespeare with him. But then again, when you look at who we were being linked with, Jesse Marsh turned us down. Potter was never going to come to us. I think the fact that he had Shakespeare with him, let me just leave it at that. Pearson and Cambiasso, there were. I think you'll find there was one or two others involved. Andy King put a fair shift in as well. Jamie Vardy did that season. Ujoa did that season. There's a lot of players. It wasn't just those two. They've taken out. That's a fair point. You could say that. Doing a Leicester is getting 3 points against Liverpool. Yeah, mate. No. Like Chris, I've seen teams going back years and years, and this is the worst I can remember, sadly. Randy, yeah, I mean that's the thing, Randy. There's two ways of looking at it, isn't there? I mean, Brad was looking at it because he looks at the training videos. I don't, so that's kind of his. He's my Craig Shakespeare, if you like. He looks at that and he goes, yeah, it's nice to see them enjoying themselves and doing different things and not the same thing that they were always doing under Brendan Rodgers, which is exactly the same every single time. And then you look at that performance and you've got to say, John Terry, what were you doing? I think you typed it a little bit better, that one. Don't get me started on that one. I went on this last week because Maddison is playing for the cameras more than he's playing for the badge. If you check out every Tuesday I write, so it'll be on tomorrow, it's going to be a good one. It's on tomorrow on the BBC website on the Leicester City page, so the bbc.co.uk/Leicester City. I do the Tuesday talking point, and last week, check it out, my Tuesday talking point was a total condemnation of Maddison and his attitude. Yeah, but that was Arsenal. That was Arsenal, Mighty Mags. We are no Arsenal. We need a Mahrez-style player. That is why we need Tete. Yeah, but Tete's not Mahrez, and nobody will be Mahrez, and that's the problem. That is the problem. Ooh, Chris mentioned Brucey. Says it all about Rodgers. Really do hope you stay up, but not at our expense. I don't think you're going to go down somehow, Newcastle. I see what you mean for the match. Yeah, no, you've got no worries, mate. Hell. It's a case of how many you will score, not a case of if you'll score. After that performance today, I mean, if Fulham can put 5 past us, Jesus, I'm worried. If Forest win today, I say we're down. Yeah. Terry's just enjoying the gym and the golf course. No, I'm not. I'm not going there. No, I'm tempted. You heard me take a breath there, and I'm thinking, yeah, no, but I can't. Yeah, I did actually. Well, there is that. Tete dribbled past 4 or 5 defenders and then did what? What did he do after he dribbled past the 4 or 5 defenders? Was there a pass that met the another player? I think it's a penalty for Forest here. Nottingham Forest have got a penalty. There we go. Unlike Leicester, they'll probably score it. Look, this is my therapy, and I am utterly and totally pissed off. I don't even know if I do a Leicester show tomorrow or whether I'll actually just do I might do a Eurovision because it's a semi-final tomorrow, so I might do a Eurovision show. All I know is I really at the moment cannot be asked for Leicester, and why should I be? Why should I be when the players can't be asked for Leicester? Please, like I say, if anybody on LinkedIn is watching this, please do show it to somebody. Show it to Top, to Susan, to Rudkin. Just watch this penalty. Yeah, 3-1 Forest. Does anybody know the quickest route to Reading? Oh, they've gone down, I think, haven't they? At least I'll be able to still go and watch Southampton. And of course, there's more matches. And Top, get your money in your fucking pocket with that stadium. There's no point. We're not going to fill up a bloody one we've got now, let alone add another 8,000 seats on it. Oops. Chris Forian, pissed off. LTID TV. Thanks to everybody. Further them away. Indeed, right. Indeed. Steve Guppy now. There we go, Randy. Yes, indeed. Thank you for listening to me rant. This is what this show is all about, and I apologise, like I say, for biting anybody's head off. I'm just that way out today. But thank you to everybody that joined in the chat. Please, if you're new, I know you've had to subscribe to comment, but if you haven't commented and you've not subscribed, please do. Smash the likes button. It does get us all over the place where we're not normally, and so it does make a difference to the channel. And why not join? Why not become a member? It's only $1.99, and as soon as we have enough members, we will be doing shows that are just member only. $1.99 a month. We don't have gold, silver, bronze. We got rid of silver and gold, and we just get the bronze and put everything as the bronze price. $1.99 a month. Click below, and you can sign up. I'll see you on our next show. Absolutely no idea when that will be. Depends whether I can be asked or not. Supposed to be doing a preview on Thursday of Liverpool. What is the point? What is the point? Really? There's not, is there? This has been LTID TV. I've been Chris. This is Arnie. Good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You'd better like them too, or I'll be back.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.